Hello, 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 hello. Doing it again. 30 minutes. 30-minute race. I needed to take a break. I've been doing work and I didn't do lunch. So I'm going to do a quick 30 minutes, maybe 35. I don't know if I feel like treating myself to a little bit longer break, but I do have other work to get to after this. So yeah, it won't be a long session, unfortunately. So this week, I will be getting back to playing D&D, I believe. Last week, the last 2 weeks, we had a little bit of a break, a little bit of a, I will call it a respite, but, I mean, the respite really only applies if you feel like you need one. Ultimately, we just took a break because people were, well, ill, so I guess that's a respite need, right? Um, so yeah, I'm doing a variety of things. I am getting way behind. I'm putting minis away. I just try to clear things up because I have so much junk on my desk. It's just terrible. I keep, I'm actually pretty organized, but it's like 1 second I start organizing and then it's just like things start to bleed onto my desk. And before you know it, I'm like, where'd all this junk come from? Just cleared it up. So yeah, it's gonna be kind of hit or miss as to whether or not I get anything done. So let's go ahead and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start the timer here. Cars Carval. It's Cars Carvel? Oh, I think it's Carvel. Oh well. I typed it in wrong on my title page. So, as you well know, uh, I don't paint very long. I don't do long sessions very often. I need to be shorter because I will hurt my back. Will get tired. It doesn't like it when I'm sitting bending over. So we'll try to be nice to my back here. Something about just the general fatigue of things. There you go. I know it's kind of weird, huh? It's like I know a lot of guys don't like to wear these kind of things when they're streaming because, well, they look terrible. Easy peasy, that excuse. But I like them. I like them when I'm painting. It lets me see nice detailed levels. As you can see, I've been really working on trying to get this purple to work with the yellow, and I'm kind of failing. I mean, for a contest piece, I'm just not sure it's doing it for me. That's the problem. It's just not doing it for me. Does it feel contesty enough? Does it feel like it's? Yeah, I don't know. 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 I mean, his bony self looks fine. He needs to get some. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do one thing I wanted to work on. Um, I'm gonna do some. Oh, hey, night shift. How you doing, man? uh, yeah, I was just saying that I having trouble with my yellow purple blend. I'm trying to get it going, but it's not. I don't know. So I'm gonna try something I wanted to do with my crown. I'm gonna make it black with a silver trim, but I'm making it musu black with a silver trim. So that's gonna be interesting. So we'll see. I gotta. This is like the ultimate black. I mean, it's like invisible black. There's like no light does not absorb. It's what they say. It's like 98% absorption, light absorption from this stuff. Now, it is not the kind of color you want to totally engulf a figure in because it can rub off. So you kind of want it in recesses, places that aren't going to get touched a ton, and might even want to consider a matte spray over it, although that will slightly break the blackness of it. So you definitely want it to be something that you're not like that's not going to be handled. It's one of the drawbacks to it, but they even mentioned the same thing on their I mean, on their website. I'm just gonna put a drop of the ultimate black on my table here. I don't need much. I'm only doing the crown. And let's see. So what are you up to, night shift? You're doing the night shift, so depending on where you're at, does that mean, do you work nights? Is that your thing, or is that just when you stream? You do the night shift of streaming, or does it have no regard to work or streaming? It's just you were in the movie night shift. All right, here we go. Uber Duber, Super Duber Black. Let's see if I can get this to go. Now all I'm doing is on his crown. I don't want his crown to be, like I said, it's one of those. To me, it's like a color that's really cool if you're selective. If you're selective in using it. Well, I mean, it's something I can maybe get done in the 30-minute window, 35-minute window that I've got here for lunch break. I actually thought maybe even making the gem that's in his hand black like this, like a super black onyx. I thought that might be kind of interesting. Um, but then I have to figure out how I want it. It's like I want it to radiate blackness. I don't know how to do that. How do you make a black item radiate blackness? that's that's a thing, right? Can you have a black item radiate black? Kind of like almost like it's instead of being a glowing, amber stone that's normally got a color to it that you can radiate the blue or radiate the yellow or whatever colored gem you happen to be working with. Can you do that with black? Because black is already one of those colors, right, that you're like always, you use it as a shade, you use it as a shadowing already. So the trick is, how do you make it look like it's darkening things around it? And there's no doubt that if you put this stuff down, though, you see black. It's not one of those colors that's not going to dominate. It blocks out all color like it does. Putting it in a recessed area is always ideal because that gives it less chance to be touched and handled by other colors. Just like that, I guess that's it. It's not a lot. I mean, it is just a crown, right? Can I? I am really tempted to try. I'm going to do it. I'm going to see if I can make this gem he's holding be kind of I'm not going to put this all the way around. I'm going to put it just in the individual areas. And then hopefully I can highlight at the I really want this to be like a really black onyx. I don't know how well this is going to work. Might just be better not, just putting the... What am I getting myself into here? Is this even... There's no problem with making it a black onyx, but I want the shape to be, in other words, I'm asking it to absorb light in the right places, but super black and not absorbing light in all the other places. It's like really just seem extra uber dark, you know? Now, like you said, I'm even trying to leave like the primer because I want it to. I don't want to have to paint over this black to get the highlights because it's actually really hard to see. I'm telling you, if you paint this black, finding the edges is going to be hard because it will suck up the light and you'll be like, okay, where's the line? Where's that spot I'm looking for? So I don't want to do that. I mean, I may not be able to be perfect around it, but I do hope I can be enough. The trick is here now. I gotta try to. I'll probably have to put some of this between his fingers. The thing is, I do want it to radiate black, so I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but it's okay if it touches something on the outside. I don't want it to be so black though. I don't want it. It's not gonna be black like this, but black like a cloudy, smoky black engulfing the areas around it. Like OSL using black. Is that a doable thing? Can you like have nightness be OSL? I'm sure somebody's done it. There's some talented people out there who I'm sure have tried it. Question is, can I do it? That is the real question, because let's just say it's probably doable, but is it doable by me? There is no doubt this stuff is black. Putting a little bit of a second coat because there are areas that it didn't quite get a good layer on. And then I gotta do my silver highlights on the helmet, or on the helmet, on the crown, so that looks a little bit better. time is it? Gotta make sure I'm stay on target. Stay on target. What do you got? Stop it. 13 minutes. All right. We're okay. But first, I will put this on because I don't like that turning off. All right. All right. Let's get the silver out. Broadsword silver. Kind of a good silver. Though. I want like rich man silver, like pure silver love. I don't think broadsword silver is what I'm looking for. How about just plain old everyday silver? It's the brightest silverish silver of all the silvers. We'll go with that one. It's a crown, right? It's got to look ritzy. Got to look rich. So I'm going to put the trim all silver. I think gold would work good too. Nah, I'm feeling like this is a silver scenario. I don't know. I need a more neutral color anyway. I'm trying not to get too many colors on this guy, to be honest. He's already got a lot with the gold and purple, with the yellow and purple going on, and then I put leather colors for his armor, and I'm second guessing that too. I may have to give those a hue that goes with the purple. Maybe add a purplish blend to that. Something. I feel like I'm getting kind of colorful, and I don't like colorful. Too colorful just seems to always break. I don't know, looks sloppy. I've done it before. I'm trying to avoid anything. Really, I've only got two colors. He's got his bone staff. It's purple and yellow. And then the leathers, but they look weird. And his t-shirt is just a light purple rags on him. So they're, that's the plan there. So. Alright, let's see what I can do with this silver. This shouldn't take too long on the silver either. But I don't want to get it on the black, whatever I do. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I haven't figured out on the onyx how I'm going to highlight the edges of that. Probably something. Some cool thingamabob. What that cool thingamabob is, I don't know. I say cool. It's cool in my head. I don't know yet if it'll be cool when I actually do it. Now I gotta do all the gems on the crown here. So I'm just doing the trim here at the moment. Yeah, I know. I kind of get a little quiet when I'm trying to do these difficult parts. So I don't want to get it on the black. The black must remain black and untouched. Now I will probably be on again tonight. I don't know what time. Probably maybe around 8:30, where I will once again try to get a little bit more time on this guy. It is a time-consuming effort. I say a tournament figure is a time-consuming effort, but it's really not. It's all for me. All minis are time-consuming efforts. If I want to, and for me, I try to make them all look kind of good. That's why I don't do armies, because I can't do armies because I don't have the ability to say no. You know, say go fast, just get it done, kid. I'm like, nope, can't do that. Tried it, pen there. I have to do them all, and I might do them try to come up with efficient ways to do them, where I like do all one color, all this color, all that color. because you know they all have a lot of shared colors, but doesn't mean I won't try to put them all on nice. Because I just don't have the I can't the ability that so many people who do armies can, where they just say, yeah, it's good enough. It's table ready. And I trust me, most of my minis when I'm done, they look like table ready anyway. But at least I know I put in the effort. You know, I try to make them more than table ready. If you think about it, table ready is any mini that's not contest ready, right? I mean, so there could be a huge gap in quality in table ready. There's the super talented people whose table ready is contest ready for everybody else. And then there's the average Joes whose contest ready barely makes table ready in some circles. You know, trust me. What I mean by table ready is when I say barely makes, there are there are, like Warhammer actually has rules about your table ready. Depending on the tournament you're in or the thing you're doing, they actually have rules that say, you know, you have to have a minimum amount of paint. Most of the time, it's at least a base coat, but sometimes they expect them fully modeled. Which is kind of unreasonable. I think my feeling is that's kind of rough. So getting into games like Warhammer and stuff, you have to be willing to paint or have a boatload of money to pay people to paint your minis for you. And that's not a cheap game to begin with. So I mean, just buying the models, which are pretty expensive. I mean, they can. I mean, Games Workshop minis or models are not cheap. They can be 15, 20, or more dollars just for your model. And I'm not even talking about the fancy models, the big mechs and stuff like that, which can be crazy, crazy, crazy expensive. Yeah, I keep changing the angle of how I'm hitting this. I guess I have to I'm kind of committed to making the whole thing silver. I could make other parts of it black, but I still got to do the gems on it too. He's got a set of a number of gems in his helmet as well. Those are gonna have to be pulled. pulled/painted out, pulled out. Well, am I already at my 30 minutes? I bet I am, huh? 23 minutes, huh? Alright. Still chugging. I think I found a spot that wasn't painted at all. Thought I got it all the way around, but this part don't look very... Yep, still got some spots. Thing is about too with metallic paints like this, they tend to be I don't know, they dry kind of fast. I think kind of mixing them with a medium to start if you're going to do any kind of small work. Because one, you're working with a small brush, so that already kind of gives you minimum dry time. And then you start working with like touchy spots. Trying to make sure I get all the way around. I may still have to touch up my black again. Cause I'm trying not to touch it, but not a given. It's actually pretty easy to touch it, man. I mean, barely touching it, but just in a few spots where it's going to make it look a little less consistent. So we'll have to decide what those gem colors are going to be. Can't do onyx because that'll be a little too much black on black there. So we're gonna have to go with something of a variation. I don't know, a ruby, classic ruby. What's a classic? What's a good color for? Well, there's rubies, there's emeralds, there's sapphires. Well, he is kind of bluish, right? So let's go with sapphire. I could do them all the same. I could do all rubies. Sapphires are kind of bluish, and then they have what emeralds are kind of greenish. Do I want to have 3 different things? It's kind of risky. You go 3 different things like that. More colors, More colors is not always better. And of course I got to do the main The main body of the crown. I haven't done those little things that are sticking out of it. What if I make black on the front and then surround them with something like silver? Or silver in front and surround it with black? That might be interesting. Have one face all black and the rest of it kind of silver. That might be an interesting approach. My problem with doing this guy and all the time I'm spending on him is I'm not getting any of the D&D guys done that are needed for my campaign. I'm not getting any of them. I'm already slow enough to get those guys done, and there's some guys that are coming up in upcoming sessions that I should probably have ready that probably aren't ready. I mean, I can obviously use them in whatever state they're in, but it would be best if I did not. If I used them in a painted state, especially when they start becoming, we're getting to that point where some of the bosses they're meeting are like bosses, big bosses, or bigger bosses. You know, not the biggest ones yet, but they're getting into the meteor guys. The funner guys to run into, you know, the ones everybody wants to fight. Well, they want to fight once they're capable of fighting. Nobody wants to fight big dudes when they're going to get slaughtered, but when they start feeling a little muscly, they want to go, yeah, man, let's take that dude on. And rest assured, my party has some people in it that think they're all that. they think they could take a dragon right now, and I'm like, really? You want to take it? You want to do that? Are you sure? I'm not sure that's what you want. You're strongish. You have beaten up on a lot of the little nerdlets that you've been thrown against, but come on. Nerdlets are not the kind of are not a good measure of your talent. I'm sorry, but all the nerdlets in the world are no match for some of the characters that are out there. Alright, one more little thing on here, although it won't be the doneness of the crown. It is the bulk of the crown, so let's go ahead and get that on there. Let's go ahead and put some of my more uber duper super duper black right on the face of this. And it's not going to be that black yet because it's like it's the first coat. May have to take a second coat. Definitely, I've hit my 30 minutes now. I looked a minute ago. I was 2 minutes from being there, and that was 3 minutes ago, I'm sure. Yeah. All right, that's not too bad. I may need a little touch up, but I like it. Crown's not looking bad. It's got that nice darkety darkness going that I was looking for. Darkety darkness. All right, well, there's the 30-minute rush. Wasn't much, but hey, every little bit helps, right? Total time so far, 7.5 hours on this guy. And we are plugging towards the finish. I don't know. Like I said, maybe a couple hours more, I'm hoping. Maybe 2-3 hours more. Who knows? Who knows? But when I'm there, we'll know where I'll be. We'll know I'll be there once I'm there. It's so weird. How come I can't get that to sit? Nope, he is not gonna sit. Not gonna do it, man. That is determined to slide. That is gonna roll if I, no matter what I do. Got it. Another pick, another session pick. Let's do this. These pictures, by the way, are terrible. This app takes terrible, terrible pictures. So I've decided I'm going to stop using it. You can do this. Take a pic. We'll see how terrible. That's not too bad. And then you can actually go to the app, and instead of using the stupid app, the app pixelates them, makes them super tiny, and they just look terrible. I tried to download one of them, and I'm like, ugh. I wanted to spit. It was bad. So then I can go here and actually upload a usable picture. So that one's going to be better. I mean, it's quality-wise. It may not be as well lit, and I probably should fix that later, or do one later. But that one's okay. That'll do the trick. And at the very least, I have better pictures because it'll be sitting in my actual camera app. So that's it for now. Thanks for coming by for my 30-minute rush. Until next time, take it easy.